Hey guys, welcome back to some more Guild of Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Endless Challenge. Now you can see we are running this on Legendary. For a while, we were not running Legendary, but overall, we have made a lot more progression. In addition, looking up here at the tickets, where it says need more tickets, you always want to buy your tickets every day. This is one of the absolute biggest game modes that we have within this game, and you want to make sure that you're running it at the maximum. So right here, I do use 4 tickets, rewards 4x points, times 4, and in the leaderboard we are at number 4. That's right, 4, 4, and 4. So right there. Now you'll also notice right here it says rank progression. It is a promotion. Now they did change this up a little bit ago. Looking at our rewards, you can see there are very, very limited for where we're at now. Before, I believe they had 6 different rankings in here. Now they've streamlined it to 4 rankings, meaning that a lot more players are smushed into these 4 rankings. We're not spread out quite as far as we were. And if you can look right here, I am actually at, I believe, the third one right now. The third one, which is the gold. I think this is where I'm at. Could be silver, could be gold. But as you can see, the rewards in here exponentially get higher. And this is the place that you are going to find the most star stones that you do need. Now, of course, we're getting a promotion, I believe. Again, kind of looking in here, it doesn't tell me where I'm at. Or right there, it says I'm in silver. There we go. I was going to say, I thought it did say, so we're in silver right now, which means rank 1 or 2, we are going to get some stones. Going up to gold makes a big difference because you start getting cosmic stones, which of course used to enchant epic guardian gear. You want to get some of these as well as the star stones, but getting those in their entirety, you get more rewards out of here. You also get more tokens at the end of the season. Now, a lot of players don't realize this is a seasonal event that we are actually in. I believe it is the 3rd season right now, which looking here, you can see the time frame that it's running. We've already accumulated 1 million points. So going in here with 4 tickets, and then right now the domain bonus is Cinder. So I'm going to go in here, add some Cinder Guardians. So let's go ahead and we are going to start this with our 4 tickets, making sure that everything is all set. And just like everything else, guys, you have to make sure that the Guardians that you have in here are the ones you're using. I know a lot of players that went in here said, oops, I had all of my rare heroes equipped with everything. I made sure that we were all set, and I'm still running 4 Guardians. I'm at the point, though, where I feel like it's going to be very soon where we're going to start running a 5th Guardian in here. And also, I do still run the Cinder Guardians in here, so I'll actually pop in as my last few, the Cinder Guardians. Now, another thing to really remember is when it comes to building blocks, that shows that it's going to be reset in another week. And also remembering the command order increases the endless score gained. We're going to keep it on there, making sure the command order. And I'm going to show you the run that we go in here. Right now, we're around 6 million. I know that's a little bit higher because we do have those 5 extra Guardians in there. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this, increasing the size of your crafting workstation by progressing in the story. We know that, of course, it gives you some tips in there. I like how it builds it out. Now in here, you can see gain an advanced route buff, but I'm not going to go in here. I'm not going to train because when in here, I don't want to lose any of the HP. I will take a rare rune. Now, right off the bat, HP recovery and tanks, it shows that I have 1 tank. However, in the team that I'm running, I do not have any tanks and I do not run tanks. I have 1 warrior, which is Karuk, that we actually do run in here. And I'll show you kind of how it builds and what curses I'm pulling in here. No longer able to get dungeon coins. This is the very first run. We do not want that one. Energy is reset to 0. That is a nightmare with exhaustion, meaning we're going to go for strike right off the bat. And looking at my formation right here, Grizel will drop back onto Leah. And then, of course, the rest of the team is going to be in here. Now, as I get to higher floors, I do go in here and I kind of auto it up until a certain point. Once I get to that point, I do not auto it anymore. At a distance is good. Allied gain 15 movement speed and attack speed when no enemies are on your side of the battlefield. That is a good one. Now, you have to be careful in here. If you pick the middle one, you see that you're going to be missing some of your coins and also some of the dungeon coins. We want to make sure that we're picking up the left or the very left or the very right, not the middle one. In addition, you want to make sure that you're not getting the immunities. We are getting also cursed on every floor, which is kind of a nightmare. Guardians can't use their alt inhibition. You do not want to pick. We're going to go for the shield in here. And I also do not skip the curses. Now, the reason and the logic behind not skipping the curses, when it comes to the curses, you're going to get all of them, and we do get all of them, which you'll see as we continue to go through here, that we will actually pick up all of the curses. Now, of course, Keeper Guardian, we do have a few Keeper Guardians in there, Mist of Fate. Now in here, we are looking for ley lines every single time. Most of the time it's just fortune, but this time it's always a battle. So we do get ambushed in here again. Thinking of the lower floors, we're just gonna go ahead and run this through. We do get a shield as well on these heroes. You have to be careful as well, because sometimes what will happen is your hero will take a critical hit or even a string of critical hits and your hero will die, which means that we do have to pause it to reset it. So right there, reduced HP. Allied, we want Intelligence Guardians because of course we are running a multitude of Intelligence Guardians. 4 of the 5 Guardians we have in here are Intelligence, which means getting a big crit out of here gonna make a big difference. Now we got a shield, physical resistance, dungeon coins. We don't want any of those. We'll go for the physical resistance because of course, right now we're doing a lot of damage. We do a very high amount of damage. This is a very high burst team. And of course, we have some attack speed buffs in there. Mages gain more area. I also like this crit. Now the mages gain more area damage. It doesn't give you more damage. It actually gives you a wider area, which is good. The one that we are looking at in curses real quick, you don't want to do the invincibility. The invincibility is an absolute nightmare. But like I was saying, when it comes to area damage, we want to encompass all of the enemies that we have here within the area damage. So picking up a little bit more does make a big difference. We got shield now. Enemy reflects 50% of incoming physical, which we only have 1 warrior, but receive an additional 25% magic damage, which we have 4 casters. That is a big buff. This is a point where usually I'll turn off the alts because Leah, you will notice, just really crushes it. There is rank number 3. And we know we're going to be getting a promotion after this. Now, of course, we have the keeper focus. I'm going to go with the shield breaker. Well, you know what? Let's go in here. Crits inflict poison from our keeper guardians, which of course, looking in here, we have 2 keeper guardians. Grizel and Tirok are both keeper guardians, which is the reason why we are building them up. And I believe Aliyah is a keeper guardian as well. So again, that makes a big difference. Now, first time we get the bonus rooms in here, always want to go to the camp. Now, the reason why we're going to the camp is we want to get the Inspire buff to actually give us some damage mitigation, which you'll notice right here, give the command order. Boom, 50% damage reduction for 4 seconds when we start. Don't want to get that immunity, so we'll go over to the far right on this one. And again, you want to make sure that you're really choosing the buffs that you want to pick up or the ones that you don't want to pick up. You have to be very cognizant of it. If an ally dies, enemies regain life. The graveyard doesn't really do much because, of course, that is going to be dependent on a hero dying. And there's the area buff. You can see we have a very small area buff. We want to get that area buff larger, or if we get a charm. And I'll show you exactly how the charm works. So right here, again, we have a few. There's our area. We have a few buffs in here as well. And charm is a big one because not only does it keep the damage off of the front heroes, but in addition, it also makes a really big difference because you'll have the ability to essentially get everybody within a tight little knit with Leah to do the Starfall. So again, I'll show you if we can pick up charm in here. Fatal damage is ignored, which I like. Tanks, we do not have. Redeemers, we only, I think, have 1. We only have 1 Redeemer, which of course is correct. So I'm going to go with the fatal damage in here. Don't want that immunity. And we're picking up a lot of tokens. And I love now that we only have to do 1 run, guys. Using 4 of the tickets in here are huge. So we have a shield, lose energy, which again, losing energy is not a very big one because it requires a crit, but also because we have Leah. Leah is the one, well, looking at the back row, really the only one that's going to take those crits are Karuk, which of course goes immunity. We have the ability to field off really a lot of that damage. Now here we have 20% crit, but this is going to give the party 10% crit. That is going to apply to everyone before the boss fight. And of course, guys, I keep notes. So even here, this is my team on a piece of paper. I know you can't really see it that well, but I keep exactly the heroes that I'm running on there because we want to make sure that we're getting them. So right here, shield for 30, shield for 25. We'll take the 25 over the 30. We're going to come out and do Grizel, then Leah. Boom, there we go. We could even run like a Tirok. We could run something else to really nullify the immunities. There we go. A lot of crits, and like I had said earlier, a lot of damage we are throwing out. So physical damage, that doesn't make a difference. Redeemer, again, we only have one. Deals increased damage to enemies with lower HP. Absolutely, that is good. Getting another chest out of here, which is awesome. So doing pretty good on the run right now. Want to make sure, again, that we're getting, now second room, we're going merchant. Now, the reason we're going the merchant is we don't want to get rid of some of the debuffs, but we want to pick up some additional runes in here. So looking right here, enemy HP recovery reduced by 10%, domain by 10% at a distance, which we already have this. So I'm not sure. Allied gains 15 movement speed when no enemies are on your side. Again, I don't know why that kind of doubles it up. But let's pick up this one, 150, don't have enough. And also we're still getting guild coins at this point. Don't want that debuff because the immunity in this game just absolutely sucks. Now they have talked about, if you check some of the town hall, they also did talk about making the immunity time. So it's going to be an actual time. So we don't want the crit. Let's go with the shield. Again, we are not skipping the curses in here. We can also do Tarvos as well. It's going to make very short work again because of the damage. Got to get through those shields. But when we're critting for 213k, as you've seen right there, makes pretty short work. So we got Keeper Guardians again. Imperial, I don't think we have but one, which is Tarvos. So I'm going to go again with the Keepers. Running 3 Keepers in here makes a big difference because, of course, we can buff up and really know what we're focusing on here. And also, you can see right up here, we also do have the buffs that we get out of here. A little bit of a bonus in there, which I wasn't paying much attention in there. This one might be a tough one. If we have some of these heroes die, I shouldn't be looking at that when we're doing these runs. There we go. We still got through that one. 125,000 already. Alts, again, we don't have these. Reduce healing and gain 10% magic damage every enemy that is killed. That is a good one because remember, we are running 4 casters. So getting a little bit more magic damage again. Once one of these enemies die, we can take, so we don't want this one, don't want this one. Energy recovery by 100%. Doesn't make a huge difference if we kill them fast enough. So we'll get some of that. Boom. Tarvos will take out some of the back line. Rank number 2, guys. We are close. Ranked number 2. So Imperial, again, movement speed, a lot more crit in here because we have 2 Solus or Solus heroes that we're running, meaning the crit is pretty high across the board. Then, of course, dungeon coins, we have crit and reset. I'm going to go with the crit in here. Again, trying to pick up some of those dungeon coins still pretty early. And, of course, we want to make sure that Karuk does not die, because that is going to be a nightmare. We need the heal, which he only got 1 tick on the heal. 164 right there. Hero Guards, we have 1. Epic, we have 1. Here we have 1. So let's go Imperial, which of course is for Tavros. Could have went with the tank as well, or excuse me, the warrior. 3 treasure chests. This also completes all of my dailies. So again, this one we're going to go to the merchant. Could have done the mists, but I want to see if we can pick up another one in here because again, we're still getting dungeon coins. And at this point, we're not going to get any more dungeon coins. So the Redeemers, again, Redeemers, we only have 1. And here, Cinder, we have none. The Redeemer gets 15 attack speed. Could have picked up that one too, but we'll go ahead and stick with it. And I'm hoping we get 1 more room, and I'm hoping we can get those ley lines for the boss fights. Boss fights in here, pretty tough. Well, we're ranked number 2, and we want to really solidify that. So energy is reset, crit, and then a shield. There we go. We'll get Leah. And again, we didn't get the one that we were looking for in here. I'm going to save this. Yeah, I was trying to get the heal off. Trying to get Tarvos to actually knock out that heal. Imperial Guards, again, when it comes to the Imperial, having Tarvos, higher attack rating, higher heals. That is the big thing with Tavros. Something's off. I sense an ambush. Let's alt Leah. And then again, I'm going to wait to see if we can get some heals out of here. Yeah, I got a little bit of heals. Now we're taking damage almost as much as we are doing in our healing. Mage's area recovery, physical damage. Again, these two don't make a big difference. Let's get that area damage, which now the charm's not going to matter because we have the area damage. So when you look at the ult from Leah or from T-Rock or any of them, you'll see it's a pretty big. So no more dungeon coins, which we were at 170. I want it to be a little bit higher. See, we even clipped the back line right there. Since we never picked up that charm, we still clipped it with the area. Imperial, again, more attack. I'm going to go with Guardians. This is the point where you have to be careful, guys, or this is going to burn you down. All right, can't use ults, reset to 0. Backline, you know what? I'm going to skip the curse. Now, the reason I skipped the curse is we're not getting the coins anymore. Or did we pick that up? We might not have picked that one up yet. There we go. Rank number 1. We got it. Very nice. So there is 219. Again, we're about done. Normal attack, subtract physical damage, Redeemer, which again, we have 1. Let's try to get through the shields. Now, of course, based on the curses that we've gotten in here, we know a majority of these heroes or of these enemies do have curses. Treasure, another 80 coins. Now we're going to go Mist of Fate because Merchant, again, isn't going to make a big difference. Camp as well, not going to make a big difference in there. Fortune, of course, this one is garbage. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get cursed with something that we're not choosing. That could have been the ley lines, though, and ley lines important if you're going to sacrifice some of your buffs in there. Set to 0, crit, and then ult. Which means, unfortunately, we're going to be down to just the last 2. There we go again. We clipped those back ones real quick. That is because the area damage that we have with Leah. Recovery, Imperial, Mage gain 15 area damage. That should be able to hit everybody. I think that's going to open it up enough for Leah for maxing that out, that it is going to hit everyone here with her ultimate. Let me see. Boom. I think, see, T-Rock died. This is the point we're getting, and Leah's ult does take a little bit to get the ult off. That's the big thing here. We got through the shields a little bit quicker. Yeah, but Karuk is at 0. So literally, we're going to pop the immunity when he comes out. Start a battle. That is a good one. There's our charm. Finally, guys, there's the charm. And charm, of course, keeps the enemies together. You don't need the area damage or the additional area if you have the ability to get that. Now you can see these are our last 2. So we don't have anything. So we're going to go ahead and reset to 0. We're going to fight after this battle. We're just going to set it. And there we go. So look how very, very nice and easy that was. So at this point, because we have all of the buffs and debuffs, we're just going to go ahead. And of course, we have the Redeemer. Let's go with this one. So at this point, though, I'm going to turn it on auto because there's not much I can do. Once we're all at 0, they're just going to ult when they can ult. Because, of course, now we have can't cast for the first 10 seconds. This means we're going to turn on the ultimate ability. And that's it. We're just going to try and let it run. Getting through the immunity. Karuk hopefully can stay out a little bit. See, he died right there. And I try this usually like 3 to 5 times. If I cannot get him to live, then I just set it to go. Because this might be about as far as we can get with the 10 seconds. See, there's the heal. See, he's not going to be able to live. Might be able to get through one more floor in here. Let me try it one more time. But I'm assuming he is not going to be able to live through the crazy amount of damage in room 29. And this, of course, in part, we need gear. We need really, see right there. Let me try it one more time. What we need is a lot more gear, guys. This game, super, super dependent on the gear that we have. But even looking, I mean, they're almost double, probably well over double where we're at. I'm going to switch the formation. Sometimes this makes a big difference. See, even there, he got the alt off. Got a second alt. Yeah, I think we might still be able to get through this, which we do not. That is it, guys. So we ended at 1. Not too bad. 240,000 in there. Boom, there we go. And that's our run for today. Leaderboard that does put us in silver. That puts us in first place. So very, very cool. And again, it's a very, very close race. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.